So console fanboy salt has been brewing quite a lot recently on Twitter. First of all, there was the whole debacle with Stellar Blade, and then we have Final Fantasy coming to the Xbox. Dear Xbox fans, I'm beyond excited to announce that Final Fantasy VII Remake is planned for Xbox. Sharing this iconic title alongside Final Fantasy XVI means the world to me, and I can't thank you enough for waiting so patiently. Let's get ready to look forward to Midgar's story together. And to be quite honest, I saw this as an inevitability. Number one, because Final Fantasy didn't meet expected sales when it was a PlayStation exclusive, so obviously bringing it to more platforms to hopefully get more sales was a guarantee. Partly because with the reveal of the Xbox handheld being capable of playing PlayStation games, releasing more PlayStation games on the Xbox, I mean, there's no better time to do that. But the main reason why I think this makes sense is because Final Fantasy was never a PlayStation exclusive. You know, the first Final Fantasy game came out over 7 years before the first PlayStation console, and as a result, holding this franchise hostage on hardware that it wasn't originally designed for just seems stupid to me. Made all the more stupid by the fact that Final Fantasy was already on the Xbox and the PC, meaning that holding newer games in this multi-platform series hostage to one platform just seems kinda counterintuitive, if anything. However, that is the opinion of one man, as you didn't click on the video to hear my opinions, you clicked on the video to see PlayStation fanboys shit themselves at the knowledge that yet another PlayStation exclusive is becoming multi-platform. Genuinely, what is the point in the PS5 at this point? Other than to brew enough salt to keep the Pacific Ocean afloat. Fairly certain that's a contradiction. Bookbreaker says Square Enix betrayed PlayStation and their loyal fans to sell out to Xbox. X-muts don't ever buy games. First of all, Final Fantasy was never a PlayStation exclusive. Like, the newer games were just held hostage to the PlayStation for some reason. Like, Final Fantasy games were already on the PC and the Xbox, so what the fuck are you talking about? But also, have you ever noticed why PlayStation dudes do this? Like, they say, oh, PlayStation's the only platform where people buy games. Like, mate, I hate to break it to you, but Xbox is exactly the same platform as yours. You can buy games physically, you can buy games digitally, or you can rent them with the subscription service. It's literally exactly the same. If they don't buy games, you don't buy games either. Shut the fuck up. Shady Platinum says, you Xbox players better support this game. Oh, you mean like how PlayStation guys supported the game? You supported the game so much that it didn't meet sales expectations? You know, you PlayStation guys really supported this game. But also, why would you give a fuck whether Xbox people support the game or not? Like, genuinely, why does that affect you in literally any way ever? Because whether a platform appreciates a game or not quite literally does not affect you unless you're looking at it with a corporate mindset, and I'd have to ask, why are you doing that? You don't work for these corporations don't know you exist. You're a number on a spreadsheet to them, just play your games and shut up. Jose Fajardo says, never touching your games again, let them stay on PlayStation, I don't care. Like, what the fuck do you even want me to say about this one? Like, you claim to like Final Fantasy, but the second it goes to another platform, never mind the fact that it was never a PlayStation exclusive to begin with, but you claim to like Final Fantasy, it goes to another platform, you still have access to Final Fantasy because it never left the PlayStation, it's just that more people outside of the PlayStation are now able to experience this game, and that is all it takes for you to abandon ship. You are pathetic. You never liked this game to begin with, you just have Sony's meat so far up your ass that you're dribbling cum out your mouth. Uwu says, yeah, no, this sucks. I don't want to play part 3 anymore, bye. Again, were you ever a fan of the franchise to begin with? If all it takes for you to piss off and ignore any future sequels is the fact that it's no longer on your favorite plastic box. Like, seriously, were you ever a fan of this series to begin with? Like, PlayStation fanboys, you're not beating the allegations that you in fact don't play games. What's that? There's a great game on the PlayStation? Oh, it's amazing, best game ever. That same game becomes multi-platform? Oh, we never liked that game to begin with, game's shit. Rodrigo says they won't buy it. Oh, you mean like how the PlayStation fans didn't buy it? Because again, it didn't meet sales expectations when held hostage on the PlayStation, meaning that they didn't get the sales they wanted from you guys, so they're going to other platforms as well to try make more money. You know, that's kinda how this works. Like, say what you want about Xbox as a platform, like, I don't like Xbox, there's a reason why I switched from Xbox to PC gaming back in 2022. But there's no getting around the fact that Xbox as a platform still makes a lot of money, and there's a lot of opportunities and incentive for game developers to release games to the Xbox. Supposedly in the first 3 months of 2025, Microsoft generated $5.7 billion. Xbox software sales have been the best that they have ever been in the last 3 to 4 years, and more people are subscribing to Game Pass, which, you guessed it, also generates revenue. Like, sure, Xbox might be the least impressive main gaming platform at the moment, but it's still impressive and still generates a lot of money. Regardless of whether the platform is good or not, you know, it still generates revenue. Lee replies, hopefully Rebirth and Part 3 still stay Sony exclusive. Literally, why? Why do you want them to stay exclusive? How does this possibly benefit you in any way ever? Other than arguing with people on the internet over the console war drama. Like, genuinely, how does a game being played by other people on different hardware affect you in the slightest? Oh wait, it fucking doesn't. If anything, it negatively affects you because less people are playing the game, meaning less money is being generated, meaning that less money is going towards funding future projects that you'll be able to play on your PlayStation 5. But I wouldn't expect a console fanboy to understand such basic economic logic. Zealot Wolf says they won't buy it and the performance on Xbox consoles will be trash. Didn't Final Fantasy 16 have a 30 FPS cap on the PlayStation 5? Like, you really don't want to make that argument right now. And also, they won't buy it on the Xbox consoles? Mate, not enough of you fuckers bought it on the PlayStation hardware, which is why they bringing it to Xbox in the first place. Ballbreaker Bond says they've been calling it a flop for the last few years. They talked about boycotts of Square Enix, they cried for months on podcasts, they called you all racist slurs for being Japanese. Yeah, let's welcome the shitbox scrubs. Kind of ironic that you're making fun of Xbox people supposedly taking the piss out of Square Enix and the people of Japan. Meanwhile, you're also taking the piss out of Xbox. Like, dude, you can't write this shit. Self-awareness is a fine thing. But also, I genuinely don't know what you're talking about, because if you look on Twitter, it seems like nothing but positive reception from the Xbox fans being able to play another Final Fantasy game. And also, you are lying to yourself if you think that only Xbox people can be racist. Like, that is stupid. Play a fucking Call of Duty multiplayer match and unironically tell me that only Xbox people can be racist. Z1 says PlayStation should stop supporting Square Enix. And the response from Taco117 is absolutely perfection. But also, I love this once again. Game becomes third party and people from PlayStation and Xbox and also the PC can enjoy this game. Therefore, Sony should cut ties with Square Enix. They betrayed them. God forbid other people get to play this game that Sony didn't invent and this franchise that has existed long before the PlayStation. God forbid other people can play this. Oh, you guys are pathetic. Please never change. Like, this is just free content at this point. The final one for today is from Bookbreaker. Xmuts won't support your game, us loyal PlayStation fans do. That's ironic. This is a betrayal. How is it a betrayal if you don't lose the game? Like, you still have the game, it's just other people will have access to it also. Paul says, as a primary PlayStation user, do me a favor and shut the fuck up. Let others have a chance to enjoy Remake, Integrate, and Final Fantasy 16. They've been system locked to PlayStation for long enough, which is a pretty based response if I may say so myself. Just goes to show that just because people are on PlayStation doesn't automatically make them a fanboy. Good Samaritans like this still exist, as are the people who are watching this video, hopefully. Bookbreaker responds, Xbox fanboys are filth. Ooh, glass houses, my friend. And Microsoft wanted to put PlayStation out of business. Shut your mouth, boy. Firstly, even if that was remotely true, that Final Fantasy coming to the Xbox would somehow dethrone PlayStation and cause it to implode. Like, even if that was true, Microsoft wasn't the only people who wanted it on Xbox. Like, the developers themselves also wanted this game on other platforms because it just didn't sell as well as they hoped on the PlayStation. So even if your headcanon was true, and not the dumbest argument I've heard all day, it still wasn't Microsoft who only wanted this to be on Xbox. Paul responds, "Shut up, Microsoft is being nice and not allowing us to have their games now when they don't have to. The console wars are over. Square Enix allowing others access to these titles is a great thing to gamers." And that's an important distinction. It is a great thing to gamers, because gamers play games, but console fanboys don't. They'll spend all day on Twitter and be like, "Oh, my plastic box is better than yours, I'll have you know." And that's basically their existence. Fanboys don't play games, they just bitch and whine and try say that their corporation is better than yours. And it's dumb motherfuckers like you that give the console guys a bad rep. Like, I actually don't hate console gaming. Like, I think it's inferior to PC gaming in every way, but there is still a market for console gamers, and at the end of the day, if you're happy on gaming consoles, then more power to you. Like, you're happy and that's all that matters, right? But it's just unfortunate that fuckers like these guys we've been responding to give you guys a bad reputation, because truly it is the minority. Like, this is only, I would say, 1% or maybe 5% at most of console gamers are fanboys. Like, the rest of them actually play games, and you know what? More power to you all. The world is a shit place, and playing games is great. We get to all unwind and become part of a very big community, and it's great to do that, but it's also great to laugh at these fuckers who try gatekeep and ruin your hobby for everyone else. I thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.